Say broadcast. Today I'm going to talk solely about Peter Obi, and I will not take much of your time. But before then, people have been asking me a whole lot of questions. Oh, well, where are you from? Where you come from now? Where are you from? You just tell us where you come from. It's a good question, and loads of good questions that are coming from you guys, and they say I laugh a lot. But the truth is, I would love us to say one day that we are Nigerians instead of this, where are you from and what part of Nigeria are you from? Um, I am somebody who strongly believe in that I believe we should get rid of state of origin. I say it every time, every day, every hour. Anytime I have the opportunity of interacting with people, the first thing they will ask me, where are you from? And I don't answer such question because I am advocating for us to get rid of state of origin, where Nigerians will be Nigerians, just like the way it is in Britain, where they are first British before any other thing. So I strongly believe that we'll be stronger together when we are Nigerians. I'm not saying that if the last option is secession, if the last option is just for us to have a confederation, if the last option is just for us to go our different ways, if Nigeria is not working, if the project is not working, if this unitary system is no longer working, I think we should go our separate ways. Yeah. But for now, I strongly advise that we call ourselves Nigerians. And having said that, um, today I want to talk about solely about Peter Obi and why many of us are following him and many of us are advocating for him to be the president of Nigeria at all cost. Before I delve deeply into that, Peter Obi is the only person, the only former governor that is not collecting pension. I would treat that first before any other thing. It's a common knowledge anyway, so it's not really a new topic or a new message. 90% of people know. Even the opposition, even the Tinubu administration knows that he is the only former governor that refused to collect pension, life pension. Life pension. Omahi is collecting life pension as a deputy governor and as the governor for 8 years, collecting life pension. What do you call him? Soludo is now collecting. What do you call him? Um, Wike is collecting. Tell me, former governor that is not collecting. All of them are collecting life pension. Tinubu is collecting as senator. Tinubu is collecting as governor. Tinubu will collect as president. Life pension for serving the country for just 8 years. That's what Peter Obi rejected. Peter Obi said, I don't need that. It's fraud. For you to serve Nigeria for just 8 years and you want to collect life pension, what about the people that serve Nigeria for 30 something years? What will you, and you are paying them peanuts? Sometimes you will even tell them that their money is not available. The money they worked for and saved. You tell them that there is no pension, that their own money, not is their own money that they saved over the years. That when I retire, I'll fall back to that. I mean, to sustain myself, and you see people deceiving people and telling them that there is no pension. Peter Obi said, I don't need that. Use it to develop Anambra State. Use that to do some meaningful things in the lives of people. And that's the same person Soludo and the likes are attacking. Why are they attacking Peter Obi? I'm now coming in now. Why are they attacking Peter Obi? They're attacking Peter Obi because Peter Obi is the Nigeria we are looking for. Peter Obi is the answer the youths are looking for. He may not be the repository. We may not have that repository of knowledge. He may not be everything. But as Peter B will say, Peter B will tell you that I'm not a saint, but I'm not a criminal. I don't believe any governor, any ex-governor, even serving, can make that statement. Many of them in the House of Assembly is facing one EFCC charge or the other. Do you think that this Tinubu we have today, if there is anything hanging on Obi, that Obi will be walking the street freely today? The Tinubu we are talking about, Obi will be in prison now because he's using everything humanly possible to get Obi out of the way. And the only thing that is remaining now is just the court. That is why I'm calling NDC to make sure that they force the hands of the court to start this appeal. If not, they will delay that until after election and NDC will not be on the ballot. I am saying it and it will look like child's play until it will start manifesting. That's when you will say, he said it. Oh, this is now because Tinubu is not playing. But I'm not. That's not really why I'm talking what I'm talking now. I went to Agolo some time ago where P2B comes from. And I asked them, please, if not for one thing, I would have showed the video, but the guy begged me, say, please, I should not show him. I say, okay, I'll blur your face. He say, no. Say he doesn't really want to appear because of his voice and everything. I said, don't worry, I will disguise your voice. He said, no. He begged me, and I just want to respect that. If not, I wanted to show everything about what he showed me in Agolo and P2B's compound and every other thing. I wanted to show everything, but because of the agreement I had with him, I said, okay, no, don't worry, I will not show you. But I will say it. He said, okay. I said, show me P2B's house. He said, hey, bros, P2B no get house for Agolo. I said, what do you mean? How can P2B stay without having a house? He said, P2B no get house for Agolo. As me and you, they talk now, that man no get house for you. I said, okay. If P2B no get house for Agolo, where he can get house now? He said he get house for Onisha. And that's the only house where he get. I thought that's okay. Show me his father's house. If he said, hey, I will show you his father's house. He took me to P2B's father's house and said, this house is where P2B lives. Anytime he comes to the village, he stays here. I say, what? Is there no house? Like his own house? He said, no. He said he's the one that even renovated this house. He renovated it, arranged it, make it more habitable. So anytime he comes home, he lives here. He stays here. He doesn't really have any house of his own in the village. I said, this man must be something else. I felt it, and an average Igbo man struggles, no matter the kind of house where your papa don't build. Igbo people, they normally, you build your own house to show, say, yeah, I've arrived, or I don't need to depend on my father's house. And the guy was even quoting, say, P2B will always say, why am I building another house where my popsy house is here? Why am I wasting money? He took me around the house, very big house, very big. And he told me, he said, this is where P2B stays anytime he comes home. I felt I something like I was happy. I was excited to see such man that don't have any iota of greed in him. I learned something immediately from that. Why will you go and build a house that you will not live? There was nobody living in that house anyway. A very mighty house, very mighty house. Nobody's staying there, nobody's living there. So why will you go and build another one that nobody will stay? You leave it there, You go back, he stays in Onisha anyway. Sometimes he travels to Abuja and to Lagos or any other place that he can go for events. After that, he will return to Onisha. So why will you build normally now? You build now, as we know Igbo people, they build houses and nobody stays. Then they'll go back to their bases, maybe in Abuja or in Lagos or Port Harcourt. Nobody staying in that house except gate man. Waste of money, right? No, it's not waste of money. I will tell you why Igbo people are doing that. After Nigerian Biafran War, Igbo people had nothing. Igbo people had nothing when they returned. There was nothing to fall back to. They gave them £20 to start their business, to start their life. War destroyed their homes and every other thing. They started all over again. Remember, before the war, they built houses outside Igbo land. When they return to those areas, those houses have been taken from them. Abandoned property, remember? Yeah, abandoned properties. And they took all their houses from them. To go home, they don't have houses at home. To go back to where they were before the war, the houses have been taken away. So that's how Igbo people started building houses at home. Even when nobody is staying there, just in case if anything happens, they will have a place to fall back to. That's why Igbo people are building houses. Even when nobody is staying there, they will still build house, leave it there. See why they are doing that? That's exactly. Now, P2B have a house built by his dad. To him, if I go home now, I will live there. So why am I wasting money? That money will be used for another thing, which he's doing. This man, at the same time, Agolo people are known for bread making. Yeah, Agolo. They have, in fact, almost every house have a bakery. Every compound in Agolo, they have bakery. That guy showed me a whole lot. He mentioned names of the bread companies, a whole lot that I can't really mention here. Then these people, they say Agolo people are known for this. And he say if you even dig deep, maybe Peter Obi will know how to do bread. He say it's because they are known for that, Agolo people, for bread. You know. Then he told me another thing about Peter Obi. He said Peter Obi, even when Peter Obi was in secondary school, Peter Obi was making money. I think I saw that one guy said the same thing some time ago, but he said P2B was importing Okarika, this second-hand clothes and all that. But the guy told me second-hand clothes and mentioned a whole lot that P2B was even coming to London. I think I saw that too in one of P2B's interview, or was it? I will check, but I think I saw it somewhere where it was mentioned that P2B used to come to London to import some things, go to Nigeria, sell, and was making money and all that. Now, this same man, where we can track his lineage, we can track where we can call his home, we can track his school from primary to secondary, we can track his parents, we can track businesses his father had. We can track everything about him. We know where this guy come from. You see, I'm mentioning Agolo. Now, we have somebody in Asurok who we cannot track his name. We cannot track the place he come from. We cannot track the school he went to. We cannot track his passport. We cannot track anything about him. We cannot. Nigerians cannot even track, say, okay, this is where the from, some say he's from the Gambia. nobody will say this is where Tinubu is from. Nobody, dead or alive. Nobody will say this is Tinubu is my schoolmate. Nobody will say Tinubu is my classmate. Nobody will say Tinubu was my kingsman. Nobody. Even the so-called Oshun state where they say he is from, I've not seen anybody that say I grew up with Tinubu when we were in Oshun. Not one person. If anybody can mention one person that grew up with Tinubu in Osun State, that went to the same primary school with Tinubu, that went to the same secondary school with Tinubu, I will give the person 10 million. 10 million naira for anybody that would show me Tinubu's parents, Tinubu's village, Tinubu's siblings, Tinubu's classmates, Tinubu's schoolmates, at least his kingsmen. Like somebody that say, okay, this is Tinubu's king's man. We are Tinubu and me, we are from the same village. We grew up from the same village. If anybody can show me, I will give the person 10 million. I'm not ending it. Show me anytime. You don't need to rush. From now till eternity, if you can send it to me, show me, I will send you 10 million naira ASAP. 10 million. If anybody can show me that. But that's not really why I'm here anyway. I just want to compare and contrast why Nigerians will allow stranger to rule them. Atiku have taken this man to court to challenge his educational background. The last time he told us his name was Adekunle. He went to his NYSC certificate, all false. Everything about him lies. And it's annoying that Felix Moka is a lawyer, a renowned lawyer at that, a guy I respect so much. Bola is a lawyer, big time lawyer, apart from joining APC. The same with Ononuga, a renowned journalist. Believe me, that guy before now, Ononuga, you can ask Abati. Ask Ruben Abati. He knows Ononuga very well. These are some people I was following those days. And since they joined Tinubu, all of them I don't know what happened to them. Since they joined APC, exactly what Boala said, your brain will be functioning 100% until you join APC and Tinubu. It will look like the press pause. Your brain will stop working. When they are talking these days, you'll be surprised at what is coming out of their mouth. You'll be surprised that people like Moka, people like Boala and Ononuga, you ask yourself why they are associating themselves with Tinubu. It's annoying. It's very much annoying. That's how Nigerians have deteriorated. How deadly it is to associate yourself with Tinubu. It's annoying. Very much annoying, honestly. Oh well. Back to I'm concluding now anyways. Like I said, I don't really want to take much of your time. So when we see Peter Obi talking that he's going to build Nigeria from consumption to production, he is talking from experience. This guy have conquered greed. This guy have the opportunity of giving Nigerians the needed opportunity to be at the top, wherever you are, anytime. Even when Obasanjo was the president of Nigeria, can you still remember how the whole world, where any place you are, you'll be proud to be called a Nigerian. But today, I told us some time ago when me and my guys jokingly, but at some point I wasn't taking it anymore. Because every now and then the first thing they would tell me is, how did you guys get here? Say get what he said, how did you allow such man to be your president? That's why people are not respecting you, because they believe that all of you are the same. If Nigeria can allow such thing to be our take you guys serious of that thing? Honestly, nobody. And when I look at it, it's obvious that the world is not taking Nigerians seriously because of that. Now look at South Africa. South Africa are giving Nigerians ultimatum that Nigerians need to pay them for repatriating Nigerians. They still have some there. Some Igbo lawyers had to go to rescue some people, about 30 people, take them home. We still have many. Nigerian government have killed that. Like, they are not talking about South Africa and xenophobia again. They are not talking about Nigerians stranded in South Africa anymore. They are not talking about people that are dying in Benue. They are not talking about people that are dying in Bauchi, in Plateau, in Sokoto. They are not talking. It's now a daily thing, like normal. Obi had to go to um, Benue State the other day. Was there, and you see the anger in him. The anger in him. I entirely barred him from coming to Benue State some time ago. But today, I think he is regretting his actions. I think he's regretting his actions. What is the offense of this man? The offense of Obi is because he wanted Nigerians to be better. He wanted Nigerians to move from where Nigeria is to a better place, where the world will recognize Nigerians, where the world will not scrutinize us because we brought out our green passport. In some parts of the world, if you bring out your passport, they will tell you to step aside. That's why many of us that have dual citizenship no longer travel with our green passport because of the embarrassment. The embarrassment is something else. That you will be on the same line with people, and immediately they see your green pass, they will say step aside, and they will thoroughly search you as if you are a criminal. As if you are a criminal. But see, the Ghanaian will be in your front. They won't do him anything. The same black person. But you, as a Nigerian, they will tell you step aside, and they will, just because of your green passport. And you tell me that everything is okay. You tell me that Nigeria is still working. Where will I start and where will I stop? Obi is the best